Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
I'd like to welcome and thank you for coming today to the 2017 Iowa Region's Disability Awareness Summit. My name is Brittni Wendling, and I'm a junior here at Iowa State, majoring in public relations. As a young woman with a disability and as an avid social justice advocate, I'm honored to be here today welcoming you all. It's beyond encouraging to see our communities coming together to learn more, to share resources, and to continue to grow as stronger advocates for those with differing abilities. I live with an extremely rare condition, Larsen syndrome. This condition affects the development of bones, muscles, and joints throughout my body. All of my joints are dislocated, and I have no knees, which you can imagine makes things like fitting into roller coasters or even sitting crisscross applesauce quite the challenge. Rather impossible. If I were to tell you all the times a doctor has tried to test my reflexes with a small rubber hammer by hitting the section of my leg where my knee would be, only to be left confused, uncomfortable, and questioning the profession, we'd be here all day. My legs can always be seen sticking straight out, which, let me tell you, sure is a great conversation starter. Because my condition is only seen in 1 in 100,000 people, not many individuals have heard of someone like me. You're in the room with someone who has some of the rarest legs in the world, people. Let's have all autographs and photos wait until then. But in all seriousness, wherever I go, I never seem to be able to escape my disability. I've always been determined not to let my disability stand in the way of me accomplishing my dreams, starting with my dream of attending college. During my freshman year at ISU, I was a victim of cyberbullying. Since I have no knees, my mobility is severely limited, and I ride a 3-wheeled scooter around campus called a triad. Accepting myself with a disability was still a work in progress for me at the time. Riding the triad around campus made me more insecure about who I was and where I fit into this able-bodied world. One night, I was scrolling through my Snapchat stories as I did every other night, and I came across a video of me that someone had took and posted to the campus story. A campus of 36,000 people, let me remind you. This video mockingly showed me on my triad, heading back from one of my classes. The moment I saw this video, my heart dropped and I felt absolutely horrible. Embarrassment, shame, and utter sadness swept through me, and I watched the video over and over again, constantly worrying how many thousands of people saw it. I just couldn't understand why someone would take the time to make me feel bad about a machine that I needed to help me get around, instead of asking me about the situation if they were curious. The next day, I felt uncomfortable even going across campus to my classes, and I kept my head down to avoid everyone. I was heading back from one of my classes when 2 individuals slowed down and actually confronted me. Angrily, they said, "You shouldn't even have that thing on the sidewalk because it's a distraction. If you want to stand out even more, you might as well just hire people to carry you around because that looks like the kind of person you are." My throat closed and I had no idea what to respond because I was so taken back. With tears forming in my eyes, I just kept scooting across campus to get back to my dorm. I've definitely never been in such a cruel situation like that before, and that comment, combined with being on the ISU Snap story, truly broke me and majorly affected the way I felt by being at the school. A defining moment I remember of my college career was calling Wendy, who was one of my holy grail saviors and mentors and student disability resources, as soon as I got back to my dorm. The minute she picked up on the other end of the line, my voice already broke and I couldn't form audible words through my ugly cries and sobbing. I vividly remember admitting to her that I didn't think I could do it anymore. I didn't think I belonged at this school. I didn't think I could make it work. I simply didn't think I could do college anymore. For the first time in my life, I hated everything about myself and my disability. Instead of letting me wallow in pity, she helped me by giving me the resources I needed and by taking me through the next steps. She was determined to not give up on me, with the first step making sure I didn't give up on myself. She reassured me that I belonged on campus. And although my journey looked different than others, it was still a journey worth having. I was worthy of success, and I needed to start by advocating for myself. I chose to take a stand. My triad does not define me. I am more than my triad and my disability, and it took the support from Student Disability Resources and from many others to realize this. I took this incident and turned it into an opportunity to increase awareness for everyone at Iowa State, colleges everywhere, and for people around the world. Without this support, I wouldn't be as far as I am today. In fact, I wouldn't even be standing in front of you right now. Through this experience, I have learned that I am my own best advocate. I have learned the importance of having the right people in my corner, always willing to cheer me on. I can without a doubt say I would not be where I am today without the support system that I've developed here at Iowa State. Student Disability Resources, Vocational Rehabilitation Services, the Diversity and Inclusion Office, and Dr. Nora Ryan have been such great resources and advocates for me and my story. There are so many people with disabilities that haven't had the opportunity to share their own stories. They deserve to be heard, and it's our responsibility to give them that chance and take action. I would like to thank you for listening to my story and hope that today we can all discover how we can better advocate and use our voices to make an impact for the world's largest minority who is oftentimes left voiceless. This is why we're all here today, and why the work that you all do is important, because it makes a difference in lives like mine. Let's continue to normalize disability one step or role at a time. Thank you.